It is Sunday, January the 21st, and I have not been on the road since 14th of December. Tell me that ain't messed up. The way this weather's been, I'm gonna have to stick to main roads. But I don't care. It has been too freaking long since I've been out on a ride. Oh Lord, and now we had 3 inches of sleet and ice. And then, over the next 3 days, it snowed a total of 9 more inches of snow on top of all that. And it has taken for freaking ever for this crap to melt off. But I thought I'd take a moment. I can't get out to my shooting range because it's completely, this ground is just rotten. I'd mar up to the rocker panels if I tried to get out there in my little shooting range. So since I can't get out to the range and shoot, I thought I'd go for a ride, and I wanted to kind of touch base with everybody and say hello and let you know what some upcoming plans are. I've got a trip planned. I'm going to head down to Monroe, actually West Monroe, Louisiana. Best I remember, it's about a 500-mile ride the way I'm going to go. The longest ride I've ever been, I think, this is on a one-day ride, the longest I've ever rode, I think is about 360-something miles. I'll post that. I'll look back on my log book, or my little video logs and stuff, and find it, and I'll post that here. So that's been my longest scooter ride. And the route I'm planning on taking, I'm going to take the Helix and go down to Louisiana. Like I said, the route I'm planning on taking, I'll look up and post that miles here now. And the reason why I'm going is twofold. One, I have not seen my sister in probably 3 years. I don't know if it's quite been that long, but it's been a good long while. And I haven't been to her place since I think it was Christmas of 2012, if I'm remembering that right. And 2, I'm going down there to pick up my old truck. My grandfather purchased an F-150 in 1984. He bought it brand spanking new. And at the time that he passed away, the truck had about 37, well no, I'll take it back, it had about 34,000 miles on it. And my mother more or less inherited it, and she didn't need it, so she gave it to me, but we never did transfer the title over. We just kept it in her name. Look at that. Oh, them little birds. Wow. I've never seen that before in that field, ever. And I grew up right there. Anywho, so we never put the truck actually in my name, but I drove it for a while. And ended up we had our own truck as well, and I had my own pickup at the same time, a smaller 2008 Dodge Dakota, so it didn't get drove a whole lot. Long story short, when my nephew Cameron was ready for his first vehicle, well, my brother and I discussed it, and we gave it to him, or gave it, I guess legally gave it to my sister, and that was his first truck for a couple of years. And of course my brother-in-law drove it quite a bit too, and sadly it sat outside in Louisiana sun for the last 5 years. I don't think it's ever been washed or waxed, and it left with 35,000 miles on it, and I would say 85% paint condition, and now it looks like just an old truck. But it's got 52,300 actual miles on it now. So I'm gonna go to Louisiana and pick up my old truck back up from her. Yeah, that's a nasty mess. Yuck. All that salty water and crap. Try to stay out of that. That's the downside of riding times like this. All this dadgum salt on the road. That's nastiness. But anyway, so that's coming up here. I'm still working on the 1924 farmhouse. What started off is we knew a couple of places needed rewiring, and we knew that it needed a 200 amp service panel. What I did not know was that the entire freaking house was going to have to be rewired. The deeper we got into it, when the inspector would come and look or whatever, they'd pull an outlet or pull a faceplate off and look into the outlet, and it looked like there was new wire, and there was going into the outlet. What they did not know was, or what I didn't catch when I inspected it myself, and I'm sure many didn't catch it, was up in the attic they had twisted the old aluminum cloth wrapped wiring into the new wire where they did a drop, and only about half the outlets were actually even on that much of new wire. So anyway, long story short, the entire freaking thing is getting rewired. And yeah, that's been a job now. And you can rewire your own house, but you can't connect the junction box, and you cannot connect the service panel, and you can connect the outlets and the switches, but they have to be left hanging out. So when the electrician comes in, they have to visually check off on every outlet and switch where you wired it. They have to wire the junction boxes, and they have to wire the service panel breaker box. So, at least around here, it's the way it works. So I'm saving myself thousands of dollars in labor, but my gosh, that's been a job and a half. Woo! Beautiful day, 60 something, I think it was like 61, 62 degrees, and I just had to go for this little ride. Oh my goodness. I ain't even going nowhere. I'm just going down the freaking road. There ain't nothing to look at. Ain't nothing spectacular to see. I'm just glad to just feel some wind. Of course, can't feel much. You got this windbreaker zipped in inside this high-vis Joe Rocket jacket. But I'm just happy to be on the road. I needed to get the old Helix out. I had to jump it off. The battery was dead on my V-Star. I jumped it off. Got it running. Got our little trike moved. That reminds me of another problem I had at the house I'm living in now. I went out the back door the other morning and seen gray black water and toilet paper floating up on the ground. Oh, shit. Literally. So Tuesday, I got a septic company coming out to dig up my frozen and busted septic line, replace that, pump out the tank and all that. So. And that's at the house I'm living in now. Dadgum. Life just throws one little bomb after another on you, don't it? My gracious. Anyway, I'm gonna cruise on down the road, and just would like to wish everybody the best that life has to offer. And as always, I hope all y'all stay safe out there. Coyote out.